Warning, this video is disturbing, so viewer discretion is advised. Hello everybody, this is Lord Pham, the Master of All Evils here. And before we get into my evil agenda for today, please make sure to like and comment this video, and when you hit the subscribe button, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can get more videos like this. So for today, we're going to do Fairly Oddparents Timmy's Wish, which is a Fairly Oddparents Creepypasta, which is pretty much mediocre in my opinion, but at the end it's still bad. So yeah, I'm going to read it and give you my honest thoughts. So see you guys there. When I was an intern at Nickelodeon Studios, I always used to view the cartoons before everybody else did, just to make sure if it was okay and there were no flaws or anything that had happened. It was a new episode of the Fairly Oddparents, and it was the one called Power Pal / Emotion Commotion. I had started the episode and the episode seemed to be pretty good. No flaws whatsoever, so when I took it into the room for everybody else to see, I didn't expect anything to happen other than what I have seen. Boy, I was wrong. We went into the room and started the tape. I walked out for a few minutes because I was expecting a call from the manager. He wasn't there that day because he was at a meeting. He called and we talked about business for about half an hour. When I came back in, everyone looked at me, some questionably and some angrily, and I didn't know what was going on. They put in the tape and it took a while to load, but when it did, the title card came up as Timmy's Wish, surrounded by missiles, nuclear warheads, military tanks, landmines, and radiation symbols. I know that this was not what I had named it, so I was just confused as well. The show started off with Timmy in the bedroom, once again being babysat by Vicky for 4 days, as his parents were out of town. She had locked him in his own room. The windows were shut tight, the door was barricaded, and there was nowhere to go. He was bored so much he was developing cabin fever, so Timmy just sat on his bed talking to Cosmo and Wanda. I wish I had lots of video games, toys, and Chin comics, Timmy shouted. Cosmo and Wanda gave him all that he had asked for. Wanda replied with, "Timmy, have you ever thought of wishing for world peace? It's worth a try." Now I was really confused because I have never written any of this, so I thought someone had pulled a prank on me and had changed dicks to whatever they had. Anyway, Timmy replied, "No, but I just thought of something I wish I had." The audio after that was cut out almost as if it was censored, but Timmy was mouthing the words, something to create chaos, and then there was the poof cloud. And Timmy had a bunch of knives and all in various sizes. "Thanks," he replied gratefully before he quickly fell asleep. Cosmo and Wanda were confused by what they had just granted and asked themselves, why would he need a box of knives? Then they fell into the fishbowl as goldfish and went to sleep. I was too confused by now to think at all, but I kept watching. The next scene showed Timmy suddenly waking up, jumping out the window, which was now open for some reason, but it looked like it was forced open and faded into the darkness. A 2 hours later time card came up. He came back with a weird dark liquid on his body, but it was too dark to see anything, including his face. This way we knew it was a liquid is because there were drops around him and trickling down his face and body in tiny little streams. Anyway, he broke open the door, went to the bathroom, cleaned off this liquid, went back to bed, and fell asleep. The next scene made me gag. It was Francis drenched in a pool of his own blood, and his face cut open. His brain and his eyes were removed with very little precision, and his tongue was ripped off. He had multiple bruises on his neck, leading us to the conclusion that he was choked to death first. On his stomach, hard into his bloody skin, were the initials TT. This picture looked so realistic it was sickening just looking at his carcass. As known, Timmy's initials are TT, so we can guarantee it was him. A couple interns left while the others stayed. The second scene, holy shit, was even worse than the last one. The head had been crudely chopped off with the arteries and veins jutting out still. The arms and legs had been slit open with the blood vessels placed on top, hands and feet cut off, and the same initials on the stomach. His ribs, by the look of it, were broken with a sledgehammer, and blood from the newborn Hookie's holes in his lungs were seeping out. I guess where his ribs were broken first, and he suffocated to death because of it. Then he was cut up. This person was without a doubt Mr. Crocker. We know it was Timmy because it seems that these two victims were Timmy's enemies. The pictures were so realistic that many more people ran out, just leaving 4 of us in the room. Then it was morning and Timmy woke up. The knives were drenched in blood, and on the news, the murders that Timmy committed were featured. Cosmo and Wanda looked at the news and then looked at Timmy. There had been no suspicion that it was him, so we had nothing to worry about. It went on like a regular day, except of course without bullying. Instead, there was a substitute until there was a new teacher. That's when it reached nighttime. The fairies went to bed, so did Timmy. By now I was nervous. The entire episode had been like this, and now was almost over. Timmy came back with more blood than ever on him. By now you would know it was blood, and a couple of scars. After he cleaned himself up, he went to bed. The next day, Vicky was on the news, and the picture was so horrifying I lost my lunch. She had been brutally tortured with whips and chains, and her whole body had been cut up into pieces with body parts lying all over the place, and it was so realistic. I couldn't hold it in anymore. Nobody suspected that a 10-year-old would do this, so nobody expected him. That night, Timmy was going to go out the window when he saw a bunch of police cars and helicopters. Behind him, Wanda spoke. "I know it was you, Timmy. I've watched you, and so I called the police." Timmy then sat down crying, dark red mascara ruined tears on his bed. He looked up at the screen and his eyes were in detail, the creepiest you had ever seen. They looked like they were animated heavily, not really realistic, but not CGI either. He then whispers in an anonymous tone, "Tell no one what I did." He then took a pistol, dropped a folded note, and shot himself through the mouth. When the police broke in, they opened the folded note. It said, "You think I was murdering people? That was small talk. If I was murdering people, you would all be gone." That's when the episode shut off. I went to grab the disc to see what it looked like and if it was my disc, but somehow it was corrupted and thus was worthless. I was able to see the disc rather than just seeing the episode again, but I don't know why it didn't corrupt the first time it was shown. The creepiest part was that this was my disc, my name, my signature on it, everything. And around that time the actual episode aired, I of course had to redo it. It ran perfectly, no different than what I had watched originally. That episode will never be out of my mind, and we will never know how it happened to be corrupted or who corrupted it. There aren't any photos of the episode. Holy shit, that creepypasta was fucking awful. And I mean, it was awful, man. Timmy going around killing his enemies. Even though I see that possibly happening, because Timmy was bullied relentlessly and his parents are basically enablers at that point. Yeah, so Wanda did the right thing by calling the police though, which was actually a good thing that she did, because who knows who we would have gotten after next. So yeah, this creepypasta is still fucking awful. The narrator, it's basically a ripoff of Squidward's Suicide. No doubtedly a fucking ripoff. And guess what? The Dark Author, another creepypasta narrator like me, actually made a better Squidward Suicide. It's called Red Mystery, written by the Dark Author. I'll leave the video in the description below for you guys to watch and see how great it is. Even Dark Author admitted that Squidward's Suicide wasn't good. So yeah, it's not that great. Both Timmy's Wish is awful. I give it like a 2 out of 10. Because the characters at least acted in character until Timmy went on his murder spree, and yeah. One that you did the right thing. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time when we do another Fairly Oddparents creepypasta called Sweet Revenge. And oh my god, that is not going to be a good story.